Hey y'all. Hey, what's up? What's good, y'all? Hey y'all. Hey, to everybody that's coming in here, what's happening? Girl, I'm freezing my ass off. All right, freezing. I got on a hoodie. I got on pajama pants, socks. Girl, I'm freezing. Do you hear me? Like it took a lot out of me because at first I was just gonna be like, "Girl, F it," but then I said, "No, I can just wrap up here and it ain't no thing." What's going on? What it always been? Sinuses. It is horrible. It is horrible. I didn't get no sleep last night because I had the pressure all behind both my eyes, all in the back of my neck. It was horrible. And so I took my medicine. I got my medicine early this morning. And what's crazy is I was at the store yesterday and I walked past it and I said, "Well, I'm feeling good. I don't necessarily need it." Child. Then last night came. I was all effed up in the game. This morning at 7 o'clock, I got my ass up, hurting and all, dizzy and all, headache and all. I got my damn Sudafed, and I feel a lot better. You know what I'm saying? It's just these chills, child. So if I get to shaking or whatever, I promise y'all, I ain't on that stuff. It's just I'm trying to regulate my body temp. That's all. So I don't want y'all running around here hollering about I'm on that stuff and I'm on that shit Jocelyn was on and all that. It ain't that. Yes, I got Sudafed. I just told you that, boo. I went to the store this morning and got my Sudafed. I got it. I got it specifically for sinus pressure and congestion. So it has helped. It's a complete difference now than what it was last night, but I'm freezing. Like, okay, I am freezing, like on top of freezing. I got my vents and everything closed, child, and I'm still damn freezing. You would have thought it was like 60, 70 degrees around here. Hell no, I ain't got no COVID. I got tested for that. No, ma'am. Ain't no COVID. Hey, T, my boo sick as well. There's something going around. Ain't it awful? I ain't no damn anemic. Talking about I need a blood transfusion. Girl, I know you lying. I ain't no damn anemic. I hope. No, my hemoglobin is not. I'm so sick and tired of all of you non-nurses and non-doctors getting up under my comments trying to diagnose me. My hemoglobin is fine. I'm the nurse, not y'all. Go sit down somewhere. Do I need a hug? No, not right now. Okay? No, not right now. I don't want to be touched by nobody. No family, no friend, no dirty piece of tray. I don't even want to be touched by an angel right now. I really don't. I just want to be left alone. I'll go be honest. I just really want to be left alone. And that's true, T. All right. And I ain't even trying to be no a-hole. I'm just being for real. Nah. I'm doing this because I promised this to y'all. And I need something to do. I'm gonna be all right as long as I'm covered up. You know, as long as I'm covered up, I'm gonna be good. Um, and I got my blanket because I don't know how long this is gonna be, child. Y'all know doctors and nurses are the worst patients. Call me what you want, okay? Call me what you want. Call me whatever you want, friend. It is what it is, girl. I'm just simply saying. Y'all, do me a favor. Please get these likes up. Drink some warm. Girl, I drank so much tea this morning, I threw up. I'm sick of drinking hot shit. I keep telling y'all, I done been there and done that, girl. I drunk hot tea and I threw that bitch out. I've been drinking so much, I'm sick of it. I don't want nothing hot. I don't want nothing warm. I don't want nothing lukewarm. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of tea. I'm sick of warm water. I'm sick of warm water with lemon and honey. I'm sick of warm water with lemon and honey and ginger. I'm tired of it. Turmeric, I'm tired. I'm sick of all that shit. Friend, why you let that YouTuber rat you out like that? What you talk about? Um, Bad bitch Q. What is you talking about? I don't want no ginger ale. Nah, I can't have whiskey, child. Y'all know I got IBS. I'm gonna be up in here fucked up tomorrow. No laugh for them, period. I ain't get them a laugh the first two times I did it. And the thing is, y'all ain't watching the shit. Y'all ain't even watching the reviews. So I won't even go and waste my time doing another review for the Family Empire. It was nice, but y'all ain't watching it, and I ain't even gonna waste my time. Girlfriend, they was going in on you. I'm finna screenshot it. Okay, well, screenshot it to me, bad bitch Q, because I don't know who going in on me and what they going in on me for. Who is they? See, y'all don't do that. Don't come up around here and be like they. I need for y'all to put a name to it. Y'all be over here saying this, they, them, their. Like, I'm gonna need for y'all to put a name to it. Don't be scared to say their damn name. Oh Lord, we don't need that shit. Oh well, too bad because bad bitch Q brought it up. So now I want to know what the hell she talking about because I don't know what she talking about. I ain't did nothing to nobody, so should nobody be saying a goddamn thing to me. I don't know. You said you was gonna screenshot and send it to me, so screenshot and send it to me so I know what's going on. Cause I don't even know what the hell you talk about, friend. I've been up in here sick as hell. I don't be knowing what these hoes got to say. They shouldn't be saying a goddamn thing, cause I ain't bothered no damn that. So just send it to me and you let me know. Yeah, I did. Um Anyway, so I'm not about to belabor the time, y'all, because I don't feel good. I'm not, and I think this interview is about a damn hour or whatever. So we just go get into it, see what the hell Marquez got to say. Y'all know Slim and Chad. They said it was this interview. Yeah, I ain't shaved my head, y'all. I didn't. I didn't shave my head. I won't feeling good, y'all. I ain't feel like nothing. All right, and at this point, I don't even care. Y'all know I used to have hair. Um, so I don't know how long this is. But they said this interview is potentially what made Dr. Heavily say, "Bitch, I quit." Allegedly. I don't know. So we go see. I'll be here when you find out and click your button. Well, that's if Bad Bitch Q do what she says she gonna do. She said she came around here saying the hoes was talking shit. And I said, girl, what you talking about? Because we won't hear for none of that. I ain't asked nobody to give me no tea. I ain't asked nobody for a damn thing. I just clicked my button. I was supposed to be up here talking about this. But since Bad Bitch Q brought it up, she said that she was going to screenshot it and send it to me. So we'll find out. I don't know. I just clicked my button to talk about this. I don't know what was going on. But anyway, we finna listen to Marques. So here you go. Ain't finna be no long drawn out thing. Here you go.
Yes, how you doing, baby? How you doing? Hello. Dr. Heavenly. Hi, Carlos. Hello. How you doing? I'm good. Thank you for letting me on your platform, and hopefully, Dr. Heavenly. Hopefully, by the end of this interview, I'll be extending some grace. Oh, absolutely. Thank you for coming. Thank you for the opportunity.
I'm speeding it up, you guys, because it is kind of lengthy, and I don't know. Sometimes they be kind of funny or whatever, so that's why it's sped up. So can't nobody say this or that and the third. All right, so just bear.
No, Marques, thank you so much for agreeing to
it's hot, man.
Agreeing to be a part of this show, a part of the storyline that your current wife has as relates to everything she has going on. Because at the end of the day, and I want the world to know this, you could say no. You could say, no, I'm good. I don't want to do it. You said yes, and we are still filming, and you're continuing to say yes. So I wanted you to hear from me that I appreciate you for doing the show and for telling.
Interesting thing. I see a lot of y'all saying that y'all believe Marques. Again, I haven't heard a damn thing. I have not listened to nothing. I don't know what Marques finna get up here and say. But it's funny that a lot of y'all are saying that y'all believe him. So I'm gonna be on the listen out. So there's a lot of y'all saying y'all believe him. We gonna see
the story of what happens with couples and families that isn't always peachy. So thank you for doing that. I know it's not easy. So the Dr. Heavenly and I are going to ask you a few questions. Well, I want to say something. I almost did not do the show. I want to clarify because I'm here to be transparent, open, and I'm very much. I feel like I know I've been portrayed in 5 minutes to basically. It seems that everyone has a pain on my whole entire life. So with that being said, when this opportunity to be on Love and Marriage was presented to me, in a whole different way, and it wasn't Love and Marriage. So for almost 2 months, I was not told that they were filming. I got an email asking for my daughter to have a release form to film, and she told me that it was a pilot for a dance show, which my daughter's a dancer. Yeah, into fashion. So, I decided. Trisha told me, she sent me the email saying, "Hey, can you do? I have been doing this, interview." And I'm gonna be honest, we're gonna be transparent. The only reason why I did this show because I was willing to do a cease and desist. I was willing to copyright names. Like I'm a pretty smart guy, and I also have background in entertainment. And I really am a behind the scenes type of person. I'm not a person who wants to put themselves out there. I understand what comes with this. I understand when you put yourself in a position where people can pick and they can choose things.
Wait a minute. So, sir, you saying that Trisha lied to you and said that your daughter finna be on a dance show and because both parents had to sign the consent form for their likeness to be shown. Sir, you don't watch reality TV? Bring It ain't been on since 2019, 2018. Bring It ain't been on since 2018, and they got a dollhouse dance studio down there to Alabama. You should have known it was some fuck shit then. You should have known it was some fuck shit then. Like, what dance show? What dance show? So Trisha lied to you straight up out the gate. I believe that. I believe that.
Things out of your life that it can affect you and it can affect multiple people around you, including my mother, my grandmother, all these other things. But I knew, and this is no call out to anybody in any production or anything, but the reason why I chose to do the show because my son, after Trish told me that finally it was Love and Marriage, when I read the paper, like when I read that it was released, then she said, "Hey, can you come in and talk about our divorce?" And I said, how long y'all been filming? She said for like, a few months. And I'm like, well, obviously y'all already have a portrayal, so I need to know what's really going on. So I went and met with Marques, and me and Marques, as the producer of the show, have very similar stories. So, and Marques is the real reason why I decided to take a chance on it, because I told him, hey, I don't play on, this is my real life. It's reality TV, but in the end, it really is my reality. And I've always come from the beginning to be transparent and open and honest. And yes, I have my emotions, but I wear my emotions on my sleeves, but I'm not so emotional that I'm not aware and I'm just making irrational decisions. But one of the key reasons why is because my son said he was filming, and he said, Dad, they keep asking me questions as if I'm going to change my answer, as if I don't talk to you. And that was the moment when I said, okay, I'm going to film, because clearly I don't know what's been said for 2 months. That's in December, January.
Ooh. Y'all heard what he said. Y'all heard what he said. He said his son, allegedly, he's saying that the producers and or Ken and Trisha was trying to get him to say that he didn't talk to his dad and da. But according to him, he talks to his son. Y'all heard what he said. He just said that. So I guess this is a case of, who do we believe? Do we believe Ken and Trisha and the show, or do we believe Marques? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But considering the fact that Trisha has been made out to be a liar and a lot of things, I don't know Trisha.
Anyway, on Marches when I made the decision. So, but at this point, I'm here. It is what it is right now. It's very much still an ongoing situation, and I want to also be sensitive to the mother of my children. I want to call respect, but I'm also not going to.
Why? She ain't respecting you. She ain't respecting you. She got up here and, to let you tell it, her and her sad dude got up here and not only tried to make it seem as if the kids turned away from your ass, but then they also coming up here trying to peddle around the story that you're saying isn't true. So my thing about it is, Marques, why is you saving Trisha? It ain't your job to save Trisha no more. She got a new nigga. Let that nigga save her. You get up here and you tell the damn truth. See, that's the thing that a lot of y'all need to do. Stop worrying about trying to sparing somebody's feelings that don't give a damn about yours. Tell the truth. It ain't your job to save her ass no more. That's what she got Ken for. Tell the damn truth, Marques. That's what you need to do. Tell the truth.
Hold back. So whatever questions you have for me, I'm open, I'm willing, I'm ready. And Dr. Heaven, I know you got strong opinions. I'm ready. Yeah.
Two wrongs don't make a right, Terrence. Fuck all that. If you get up here and you make a bald-faced, bald-headed ass lie, you get up here and you make a bald-headed ass lie, trying to insinuate that I ain't there for my kids and I left my kids and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and it's BS. Especially if he could prove that it's BS, I'm not sparing her ass at all. It ain't his job to spare her no more. That's Ken's job. He need to get up here and tell the damn truth. That's how I feel. Talking about something, two wrongs don't make a right. Child, boo.
Yeah, for sure. And again, I'm gonna say I only talked in a minute, so it means a lot that you were good. That just shows a lot of strength right there. But before we get started, tell us who Marques is. What do you do? Where you from? Who is Marques?
Yeah.
Okay, so Marques is a 38-year-old, soon-to-be single man that loves his children, that has a wonderful father who's behind me, who passed away, who's watching over me. I'm in my 95-year-old grandmother's house, and she just prayed for me before I came on this interview. Marques is a man of integrity. Marques is a man who is emotional because he knows that I was given a second chance. So I had spinal meningitis when I was 3 years old. I had to learn all my functions, walk, talk, all over it again. I know that I'm a special person because my parents had raised me in a Christian household, in a loving household. My mom and father were never together, but they never let me know that they were never together. My mama told me the other day, she said, son, you didn't grow up with trauma. She ensured that I grew up, that I would become, she said, you're going to make a great husband. You like to rub on feet, massage, and cook, and do all this. And so that's what I took into who I am and how I am. But right now, I'm in Atlanta. I have 15 years of corporate experience working in logistics for Lockheed Martin, a lot of these major companies doing military. I currently I'm in transition. I made a decision to leave my corporate job of 5 years at Bechtel about 3 months ago to pursue entertainment, the consultant. I have deep connections in the entertainment industry. Hill Harper is one of my close friends. I have a lot of connections in Atlanta. And I want to clarify before we go on, that I moved to Atlanta because Atlanta is a land of opportunity, and it's also it was also close to my family. So, but Marques is really a good person. I think misunderstood right now because of what's being
And Atlanta is where all the trade pieces go to be traded to all of the girls. All right. Now, Marques, I guess so. But it's like I say, I always side eye niggas when they get their heart broken, and then the first place they're gonna want to run to is Atlanta. I mean, I'm sorry, this is how I feel. And you friends with Hill Harper, so is that how you got the invite to Mellow Mellow Shindig? Because you know she real good friends with Hill Harper too. So is that how you got the invite? So it wasn't Mellow Mellow that invited you, was it Hill? I don't know. I'm being real messy. Because I saw that. I saw the videos where the people were saying that he showed up down to one of Mellow Mello's events, and they took a picture together with each other or whatever or whatever. I mean, I don't know, but we gonna move on. Oh, and another thing you need to add to your resume is that you're the lost member of 112. Do not forget that. Okay, you the lost member of 112. You was the fifth member until they decided to kick your ass out the group like they did Crystal. Like they did Crystal down at Escape. And Candy Pan still feel guilty about it. How they did that there, girl. They did you in the same way TLC did that Crystal, because y'all know it's supposed to be forearm. Um, and I add that too. Add that too. You was one of them. And then the people said, they ain't want your ass there. So then you had to go off and find something else to do. Add that too, Marques.
Yeah, portray. And now that I know that I'm on reality TV, you have to be really specific and careful with the words that you choose. Absolutely. And I think that's why you're here, to clear it up, Marques, to clear it up. Because like I say, you got a bad edit. I'm serious. You just did. Yeah. That's why I want to clear it up. What do you think about the public input you received from the show? What do you think about that? Like the public people, they just don't know you, right? Yeah, I think Dr. Heavenly, like Carlos, nobody knows us like the people that know us, right? Right. So we're the ones, I listen to you, Carlos, when you talk about we are real superheroes, right? We are the real superheroes because we're putting ourselves in a position, not like an actor, right? We can do things where we can probably, embellish or do whatever, but this is our real life. People really want to go and see what you posted yesterday. Like they really want to know like who you with and all that. So, for me, I lost track of thought. What was the question again? I'm sorry. The question is, what do you think about the public input from the show? Yeah. I really think that it's just misunderstood. I think that the edit portrayed it as if I have been gone for 6 years. I need to clarify, you guys. And I want to clarify things too. We don't edit badly. No. So no. I just want to say that because what we're not going to do is say things like bad edit, because that involves like integrity.
Carlos, no tea, no shade. I'm finna stop you right there. All right, Carlos, I'm finna stop you right there. I get it. You're a producer. It's your show. You don't want something like that to be about it. But the thing about it is, Carlos, you are known for bad edits. If we're gonna be honest, Carlos, Mellow Mellow is a huge example of a bad edit. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. And there's a lot of other folk around there that had a lot of bad edits too. A lot of the times, Carlos, yes. And maybe y'all don't do it on purpose, but a lot of the times y'all will skew things and edit things and cut things and make things seem one way. And then when we get down to the reunion and then an extended scene is played, or they really get down into the context of what happened, a lot of the times it's not what was shown. Carlos, like let's just be real here. That's why we have reunions, because a lot of the times we're only seeing 5 or 6 minutes of something that probably took over 20, 30 minutes. And a lot of the times, y'all want the juicy stuff. Y'all want the messy stuff. Y'all want the petty stuff. Y'all want to see the fight. Y'all want to see the arguing. Y'all want to see this. Y'all want to see that. And see, when we get to the reunion and then we actually hear everything, it is a totally different scenario from what was shown versus what happened. So, Carlos, don't do that. Don't, like, Carlos, I can't even let you get away with that. I cannot let you get away with that. And yeah, y'all mentioned Kiki too. Kiki too. Now I understand you a producer and you sensitive about your shit, but we gonna be honest, Carlos. Ain't nobody told no damn lies on you, and Heavily damn sure ain't told no lie on you. Heavily hit the nail in the head when she said it was a bad edit. It was a bad edit because apparently what they said and what y'all shown was a damn lie, which is a bad edit. Is it not? I don't know. I could be wrong, but we're gonna move on.
Motivation and intention. So obviously, and I'm gonna be very honest. I'm gonna let you finish though. Trisha has been known to give bits and pieces of a story.
That's
right?
True.
We follow bits and pieces.
That's
right?
true.
So there's not anything production is doing because this isn't artificial intelligence. We don't put words in people's mouths and all those things. So, and what I would like for you to talk about more so, though, is the fact that we invited you here so that you're able to, of course, address things that you've been seeing. Obviously, I said on my own platform that when I cast Trisha, for example, I had no idea that Martell.
Right. Love and Marriage DC was full of bad edits. Full. And the thing about it is, all of the cast members said that. Ashley said it. Sharella said it. Lady E said it. Winter been saying it. Big Jimbo said it. Like most of the cast members over there said that it's bad edits, Carlos. Like, don't try to make it seem like somebody lied on you, child. Nobody lied on you, child. I mean, I get it. You don't want to necessarily hear that, but that's the truth. Carlos, you're messy. You're about the mess. I mean, stand up in it.
This situation. When I cast Trisha, I had no idea that, she was married to a whole nother man. And I'm the creator of the show. And I'm the one who hired her. You see what I'm saying?
So then that means, Carlos, you need to do a much better job of knowing who the hell you hire. And you really need to know these people background and know what these people are about. How the hell you not know that Ken want her real dude and or husband and how did you not know what was going on between her and Leisure Suit? Like, isn't that your job to know all of this so that when y'all come to us with the BS? I'm not a producer. I'm not a producer, so I could have it all wrong. But Carlos, this don't look good for you because you sitting up here talking about something you don't even know the bitches you hire. How does that work? I mean, okay.
There's a lot of things that have been said on the show because it's been said on the show. I'm not saying you are either.
I truly believe that for my specific episodes, it was my choice of words. I know when I said I left my family and I wasn't there for you, those were no one else. They didn't hear anything else. I watched the interview. They didn't hear anything else about how I was here to try to make this, and I understand that. So I never really blamed it on the edits. I know that the edits they make it salacious because they want people to talk. They want people, so I never took it in a bad way. I just know that moving forward and as I am in this journey is just to be real. Be more detailed and be specific, and don't leave it open to where people can take it however they want.
Yeah, don't leave it open for interpretation. So again, that's why you're here. So let's talk about the fact that your wife and Ken, okay, they both have said that you aren't in the kids' lives the way you should be. So that's what they said on this platform. What Hadley and I have, in addition to the show. So again, these are things they said on the show. These are things that they also said on this platform. Ken said last week that there was a trip to Florida, that you went to Florida to see your daughter's game, and you actually missed your daughter's game. So what happened there? As an example of something that was said recently that I would like.
I was gonna work it up to that. You went all the way there. Yes, that's
I want to start there as an example of there's things that have been said on the show in addition to this, and that was just the most recent example. I'm gonna go back to where you were there. I want to start there because that was more recent.
Thanks, I would like to say I've never left my children, and it's never been a gap.
Thanks, Kelly.
My relationship with my children and our lives. I actually just left them over there, spending time with them today. My son's about to go see his girlfriend. We have conversations, we talk. There's way deeper issues when it comes to Ken and our relationship. There's things that occurred when I was still married. Well, I'm still married, but there were things before I even decided to leave. Okay, so they've had a relationship and established one years before I even decided to separate myself from the marriage home. So I think people should be asking, how did they get together? How did Ken and Trish end up in the same household? I think they should talk about. He did.
Yeah, that Trish said y'all were done. She said y'all were done.
Yeah, well, that's not true. And one thing about me, I keep.
I believe that. Marques, I can stop you right there. I believe that. I already told y'all. I know a lot of people didn't want to see it for Marques because of the cheering thing and all of that. And I get that. But I believed him when he said that what he said about Ken. Seeing Ken all in her DMs, seeing Ken writing this, seeing Ken sending that, Ken, all of that. I believed every word of that. I told y'all that then, and a lot of y'all told me I was being crazy, I was being foolish. Why would I believe him? He left this churn. Ken is a good dude. He just mad because Ken finna take his place, yada, yada, yada. And I told all of y'all then, He may be whatever he all say he is, but I believe every word of what he said about what he saw between his wife at the time and Ken. I believed every word of that. Y'all didn't, but I did.
Receipts. And I'm telling you one thing about me, I'm very detailed. And when I used to tell Trish things, she would always act and deflect as if I didn't know what I was talking about. So when I want people to understand, me and Trish have been together since high school. I'm 38, I'll be 39 years old. We were together from the age of 17 years old to I left at 34 years old. Okay. So how
old were you two when y'all got married?
I was 19, she was 18. My son was born when she was 19. Trish was living with me in high school. I would take her to class and I was living in my own apartment. Trish and I, my father and my family have, like, we literally, like, have my father and my family support has been there just as much as her family when they were there. But then when they passed away, you know, my family really stepped up. So like we're all, and I'm gonna be honest, I know Trish more than anybody, and I promise you, whether Ken's there or the next guy's there, I'm gonna always be there for her. Like no matter what, despite this TV show, despite all of this, I think there was always a lack of communication, a lack of respect, a lack of accountability, and I was that. I truly, honestly know in my heart, I was that man that was really trying at a young age that never, ever, like they told me don't get married, but I knew that was the right thing to do. Like I knew
she was pregnant. She was pregnant. That's why you got married.
Yeah, and my son was not an accident. Like we went to each other's prom. When I decided that, I said, okay, I want to have a baby. And I want to have and mind you, I don't want to tell you, this was pre-social media. This was before Facebook came out. I'm in Huntsville, Alabama. I grew up in the church. You know, we actually met and we talked about the Bible. That's what made me want to be with Trish, because I knew she came from a very difficult background. And I grew up in the church. So I felt like we was reading the Bible together. And I felt like, man, this might be so. But I'm also, my mindset is also 17 years old, 18. I don't know what's to come in the future. I don't know all the challenges. I don't know, you know, the fact that the world is about to connect in a way that you can literally have a relationship with anybody you want in the world and you can pick and choose. And I think that's what's wrong and why marriage is not there, because we have too many options. At that moment in time, I chose her, right? And I stuck with it for years. You know, and I really, really, really was trying, you know, my best. And I think because of the lack of communication, and it was like pulling teeth from her, honestly, Dr. Heavenly, and it was like pulling teeth. And eventually, as a man, you know, it wears on you, because I'm a Libra. I'm very much a loving, affectionate, you know, passionate. She's an Aquarius. She comes from a military family. My family gave hugs. My grandma.
You a Libra and she's an Aquarius. My head is hurt. You're a Libra and she's an Aquarius. Well, that'd explain why you so damn emotional. Her being a tad ass Aquarius like Scotty. Child, y'all know what I got to deal with Scotty ass, so I could just imagine what the Libra had to deal with that Aquarius down to the house. I don't know, Trisha. You being in Aquarius, I don't know. I don't know.
Mom's in there right now. I introduced her. She's 95 years old. She's gonna pray for you right now. You know, not to talk bad on her family, but Trish didn't necessarily come from that. Like my mom said, you didn't come from trauma, son. And I thought the thing she was going through in the conversations and the conflict was cool. And I thought maybe like I could be around this person. And I also felt sorry for her. And then I also felt like we can work through this, we can grow through this. But then after years and years, and I want to tell you, for 17 years, I never left that house for one day. When I left, I never spent any time outside of the house for any time.
How old were you when you decided to leave a house, though?
Okay. Let's go up the timeline. I think the timeline. So me and Trish, we got married May 19th, 2006. Okay, May 19th, 2006. So we would have been on our I think 18-year anniversary this past night. Married happily, growing up together during I would say almost a 10-year stretch. There was, you know, when you're in that puppy love, it's kind of like you still figuring it out, right? Then you kind of like realize what you're dealing with. Then it's kind of like, all right, the trauma. Then you're like, okay, why did it go like this? How, you know? Then it's conflict. Then it's like, all right, let's work towards this. Then you suggest counseling. You do all these things. I feel like I know I did things that I was taught to do in order to make sure that the marriage was successful. But I think because there was a lot of unhealed trauma, and I think because she wasn't necessarily open to it, that it affected me to where I started to shut down. To where it was like when I say pulling teeth and talking to a wall, y'all have to know, like as a man, like when me and a guy get into it and he not listening, what's going to happen? We gonna fight, right? But when you're dealing with a woman and you know that she has issues, and you're also aware that she has issues, and you're trying to be soft, but how much time is a man supposed to give a woman who is broken?
I believe that too, because that's the same thing Ken said. But see, Ken and Trisha tried to blame it all on Marques. But I don't know, because she grew up military. You know, so maybe she always grew up hard. Maybe she always had a hard exterior. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she always been like that. You know what I mean? At this point, I don't know. Because Trisha has came up here and done nothing but lie. So now at this point, I'm not just going to necessarily just peg Marques into this F boy and this, that, and this. I just can't do that. Only because of the fact that Trisha has been made out to be a lie. A lie. So I'm actually glad that Marques came out and spoke his.
And I'm still also trying to grow up and learn who I am. And then I'm also being projected to be a certain man, which is her father. My father rest in peace, who's behind me, you know, I come from a long lineage of music industry. My father was a pioneer in the music industry. Her father was a hardworking, strong man that was in the military who loved to cut grass and change tires and brakes and stuff. You know, I decided, hey, why I can't pay my boy to cut our grass? She would look at me as if that's not being a man. I was being dictated as who a man was supposed to be from that age of 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. We can go on and on until it gets to a point where you break, right? And they want to say, you know, I've seen where she said I wasn't there for her. The way, and that's why my words, you have to be careful with your words. I was trying to take accountability, saying I wasn't there for her how I should have been. But there was also underlying issues that we never addressed, that could never be resolved, which in turn did not allow me to even want to come home. So if I was out the house, I was at my friend's house complaining about how much I hate my life, and I'm in my 20s. So like, what is a man supposed to do? And I want people to take this story, and I want to bring the conversation back to your question earlier, Dr. Heavenly. What is the perception? How do I feel? I think most of the comments have been women led, and I think a lot of these women have been hurt and see me, and they see that 7-minute clip as someone who is their baby father or their ex-husband, when that is not the case. I am the exact opposite. And
you're right, because that's the same a lot of them folk do, Ryan. That's the same a lot of them did when it came down to Mellow and Leisure Suit. A lot of them put themselves in Mello's draws, like they went through it and they had something going on with it, and so on and so, and then it all went to hell. So you're right about that, Marques. This show has a bad habit of that. In particular, this show has a bad habit of that. Like, and I understand we all go through some things, and we may have went through something that somebody else did, but God damn it, you know what I mean? So I believe you when it comes to that, Marques. Yes, with this particular show, in this particular sector, in these particular women, yeah, they will. They will trauma bond and they will stick together, and you will be the worst thing on God's green earth, even when you don't deserve it. Now, Leisure Suit deserves everything. Everything he deserves. But you, I don't necessarily know, Marques. I'm just gonna be honest.
And I do feel strongly about that.
I agree with you 100%. I apologize, Carlos. I didn't mean bad edit, but what I was trying to say per se was you never really got to tell your story. Your story was so short and so cut up that you didn't get to say the whole thing, because in my mind, and I watched it, it looked like the trauma that Trish went through was you. Mm-hmm. I never heard it was her family. Or am I missing something, Carlos? When I watched it,
no, you ain't missing a damn thing, Heavenly. You was absolutely right in what you said, and it ain't no I apologize, Carlos. Fuck Carlos. You said the absolute truth. There were bad edits. It was cut up, and it made people feel like he was the bad guy, and it's all his fault that it did not work, just so that he can build up Trisha and Ken, because he wants people to like Trisha and Ken. That's what I think. So now, Heavenly, don't apologize for telling the damn truth. You told the damn truth. That's what happened. You don't have to feel sorry for the truth. The truth is the truth, and the truth stands alone. Don't apologize for that, Heavenly. That was the truth. It was a bad edit. It was cut up and sliced to spice. It was.
Yeah. No, the thing is this. Trisha told her sister and the other ladies that the trauma had to do with, and Marques knows this, was the passing of her parents and her feeling like she wasn't there for her.
Let's be clear. Trisha had trauma way before I met her. Okay,
I believe.
And I'm not gonna go into detail about people's lives, because if I were to sit here and really break it down, then I think people would clearly understand. But that's not what we're here for. I think ultimately my goal and my purpose of coming on the show was to establish the relationship that I already had. But
Marques, you got to understand something, baby. They was willing to bring you up here and make you look like complete and utter trash. Her and her sad nigga, both wanted to work equally and doubly hard to get up here and make it seem as if it's you're the problem, you're the weakest link, you're the reason why this happened, you the reason why she is the way she is, you the reason why it didn't work out, you the reason why the daughter don't like you the reason why your son ain't doing this and that and third. They got up here and they was willing to do all of that on the show and on the interviews. Stop sparing her. See, you need a gay friend in your life, Marques. I would love to be that for you, because see, if it was me, I would straight up tell you the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help you God. Stop sparing her. That'll probably make them a whole lot more interesting as a couple, honestly, if you just get up here and tell the damn truth. Because they're boring as fuck right now. So if you just tell the damn truth, it will make them a lot more interesting, and maybe we will want to see them around more.
but build it stronger, because there were things that negatively impacted me that made me to where I wasn't able to remove those emotions and the traumas from Ken, her, and all this to necessarily like be there every single day, right? Because I had to figure out, how am I going to get this income to do the things that I can do for them? But I never once have left my children. And I can tell you, we can go through text. I don't even have to do all that, but we can go through the messages and we can call my kids right now and they'll let you know that your dad is, and that's what I said. My son felt as if the questions that were being asked were not fair. And he didn't feel like, he said, Dad, I talk to you all the time. My son, and I'm gonna let's talk about this. The reason why I speak about my daughter so much and not as much as my son, because my son has never wavered. I left my son was 14. He decided, he said that I'm always be for you.
For a second, I want to be able to make sure you say succinctly the timeline of you leaving, and because you're saying leaving, but I don't want, if I edited this, for you to say it. So I want to make sure you clear the air, okay? So you told us you got married May 19, 2006, that you was in a marriage with Trisha where it's like pulling teeth from her, where how much can a man take, right? There's only so much a man can take, right? If he's trying to get information out of his wife and he's like getting it. So what year did you leave the house to move to another state?
All right, well, I gotta go back, but I know what you're saying now. You want me to give a timeline?
Yeah.
Okay. So when I made the decision to leave the marital situation, it was October 2020. Okay, so October 2020, this is during COVID. Her sister died in July. Our anniversary was in May. Her sister died in July. I decided to leave October 2020. When I say leave, I decided to move upstairs. I moved to my daughter's room for 9 months. So I think it was like June or July of 2021, or June, July 2021, I got an apartment 5 minutes away. So I could make sure that I could come to the house, take them to school. I felt like I had to remove myself from the house because it was weird. My kids was like, Dad's upstairs and all that, but I always stayed there every night. I didn't like stay away. Then there was an altercation that occurred once I found out that she was dealing with Ken, and I was never notified that they were around my kids. There was an altercation that I don't want to talk about. I've discussed it on the show. Apparently it is what it is. This is our first interaction, but I want y'all to know that 5 years prior, we had words on the phone. And he also was doing the chocolate emojis, and he was in the DMs. And this was before I decided to leave. So me and him actually had a phone conversation.
He said that.
Not even thinking about leaving.
And I believe him.
To check my woman. Because first he tried to deny. He was like, oh, yeah, I see her in the gym. Trish started working out in 2017 and got to the gym 2017, 18, 19. But I decided to move to Atlanta in October of 2021. 2022. No, October 2022. So I stayed in that house for almost a year, at the house around the corner in Madison. And then I decided to move to Atlanta because of the fact that it was close. Honestly, I moved to Atlanta because it was close to my family. Y'all have to know that my grandma's here, my dad's here, my mom's here, my brother's here, my nephews are here, my kids are here. So the idea of moving to Atlanta was actually a perfect opportunity to stay 45-minute flight away, to stay a 3-hour drive away, because if anything happens, I can get there in a heartbeat. I had opportunities to live in Dallas. I had opportunities to live in DC, California, but I know that Atlanta, for one, was close, but it was also a land opportunity for the things that I've always wanted to do, which is following my father's footsteps in his legacy in this entertainment industry. So 2022, I was in Atlanta. I've been there, but I've also made plenty of flights, and I've also drove plenty of times to come back and see my kids. And it's never really changed. I think because of the trauma and pulling up to certain events and knowing that he's going to be there, or pulling up to the house and knowing that car is going to be there, and knowing that what happened is still a trigger for me, it eventually led me to lessen myself from coming over there. And there would be times where I would want to come get him, and she would make excuses. Oh, she got dance, or Xavier, or this or this. So eventually I'm in town specifically here to see them, and she makes it to where it's not easy for me to see them, but the excuse is always dance. It's never, hey, you going with your dad. It's like, hey, she got other stuff to do. So
I want to be very clear here so we don't get confused, right? What year did Ken start seeing Trish, and what year y'all were still together? Y'all were in separate rooms at that point? Because she's making it seem like y'all were over, and it took 5 years for the divorce, but her and Ken have only been talking for 2.
No, that's not true. I can't tell you when they physically met each other, but I can video verify when I first physically saw that they met each other. That was like early October 20. I have a video. It doesn't matter. It was in 2022. I would say their first interaction was around 2018, 2019 with the chocolate emojis in the gym and the conversation, right? And the text message on the phone where he said he wanted to perform oral sex on her as a married, and I'm married, and it was we weren't like having no issues.
That was 2018.
That was probably like 2018, 2019. Because there's a new gym that opened up. Because when I left Baltimore to go take a high-paying job, Trish got into the gym. Her family member died. She said, alive at 55, I want to be in the gym. She fell in love with the gym so much that she probably fell out of love with me. Trish used to tell me, don't work out. Because when she started working out, I used to like, let's work out together. I play sports football. Like, let me be your trainer. Like, let me be your inspiration. She like, no, I love the way you look. And I got the dad bod, right? And eventually I found out that, she already had her eyes on Ken.
Exactly. She don't want your ass there while she run around there trying to bag Ken. No, she don't need you. How the hell you gonna train her and you just got up here and said that you got a dad bod? How you gonna train somebody with a dad bod? Nah, Ken, it don't work like that, friend. Okay, you can't train nobody with no dad body. You damn sure can't train her when she trying to get up in the Ken. Child.
To tell me different syllables, how she liked chocolate men and how she loved muscles. And then when I went through her phone towards the end of our marriage, she actually told him that you have the husband body goals in my dreams. So like these are the things that So let's be clear. When they physically talk to each other, who knows? I don't know. But I'm gonna tell you what, I know when I first saw that they were who she was dealing with, and let's be clear, I always was okay with her moving on. I want her to move on. Who doesn't want your
that Marques, when you saw those text messages and the chocolate emojis and all that, were you and Trisha still intimate though?
Absolutely. We were married. We were married.
I know you were married, but you talked about
it wasn't it's the separation. So the separation part, right? I think this is what people need to understand. When I separated myself, right, that allowed her to have the situations with the Martells and these other guys that I don't know about. Because you gotta understand, Trish comes from a family of secrets. They're not going to tell you nothing. We're gonna take it to the grave. Y'all don't understand. Like women, and it's not like I said, I don't want to get into all of that, but I'm telling you, when you come from a family where talking is too much, you're not going to say nothing. So who knows when they actually met? But I know when I physically saw them, and I know when she decided to tell me that they were together, and then I know how he ended up moving in the house with my children. Y'all should be asking them that. What you should be asking?
Because my whole thing is they tell it.
Kim was in a whole other relationship.
Kind of way, but you need to speak. Yeah.
Kim was in a relationship. All right, let's be clear. I never knew this. Right? Okay. All right. Hey, all right. We're gonna spill the tea today. Okay. So. And I want to say this, guys, and I want to be clear, right? And when we're done, I want y'all to know that it comes back to I want the relationship with my children to be as solid as it's always been, like as it was, but I want it to be even stronger. And I do want to see Trish be happy and whoever she's with, whether it's Ken or somebody else. I want y'all to be clear. But the first time, outside of those first few years where I realized who he was, I never met him, never seen him before. When I saw the text messages, I called him. We had those exchange words. I'm telling her, she's like, oh, well, it's just my friend, that's my homeboy. But I'm telling her, like, you can't have any homeboys. We're gonna get if it's your homeboy, he's my homeboy. So, but the secrecy of, hey, he's just my friend. He's just somebody who I look up to in the gym. He's just somebody I talk to. That developed. Now, when I separated myself from the situation, I felt like he knew, like, boom, Ken is infatuated with Trish. Trish told me that, why I like him or I love him because he worships the God I walk on. And it's showing on TV. And he does. But the thing is, because think about it. He's living with a married man trying to take care of other people's children who has an active father. I'm not against a man who steps up, right? I think he likes to use the word provider. I think they like to use money. I think that, but that's one thing is, if Ken stepped away today or never stepped in the picture, my kids' lifestyle would not change. Their lifestyle's not changed. I'm not.
So you're saying you were contributing to the household the whole time, even when you were upstairs. You were
I was paying half the rent for a house I wasn't in. My friends were like, "Why are you paying half the rent on a house you're not even in for over a year? Why are you doing this?" If Trish put me on child support, she would get less money than what I was giving her. I never wanted to go through the course because we have a bond, we have a relationship. I didn't look at her as an enemy. I'm not, even though we didn't necessarily work out, I'm not looking at it like, damn, I want her to go through some shit. Like, I feel for her right now. Because she
said she was paying your bill. She said even when you left, she was paying your bill because she said she didn't want to hold up money. They thinking you look like a deadbeat dude.
She did. Yeah, call it out heavily. She did. In her interview, she said that she gave you money to get you up out her house. That's what she said. If I'm lying, go back and watch Trisha's interview because that's what she said. She said that she gave you money to get you an apartment, to get the hell out of her house because she ain't want you there no damn way. And it was just easier for you to get gone. So if she had to give you money to help you do what you got to do, that's what she did. She did say that. She did say that. Yeah, Heavenly, I will say this. Heavenly is asking great questions. And with asking those questions, she called out Carlos, and that's why he's sitting up here looking pissed as hell. Don't get mad at her, Carlos, because you ain't had all your ducks in a row, friend. Do better.
I'm just speaking over.
I mean, you got to think they're in a position where they're taking risks, and they're in a position where Ken is in a position now that he almost can't fail. He's going to look like, a simp, or he's going to look like whatever. We talk about this alpha male and all this, but you're speaking on another man's kid on a podcast, and then you also are with a married woman, and you're okay with not trying to figure out why she's not trying to divorce you.
Why do you think it took so long for you guys to even get the papers drawn? Do you think Tristan?
I have talked about this with her. You gotta understand Trish's mindset. What she always told me, I'm not going to be the one to divorce. I think for her, she's living in an adulterous situation, and she's with a man. It don't look good for her to be filing divorce on me. She didn't want, and I also know that we never got a chance to talk about it. My idea was not to just leave and be like, I'm done. I know that we have been together since we were 17 years old, and I can count on my hands how many times we were away from each other, and it wasn't because of an argument. I can count. I promise you, it wasn't because of argument. And eventually, it's like, you gotta choose yourself, and you gotta sacrifice in order for a greater good. And I think that right now it was a very tough decision, but it has been the best decision for us all involved. And I want to see it progress that way. But we have a lot of obstacles and hurdles right now that we're still currently dealing with.
Do you think
be crystal clear, Marques? I want to get this one out to be crystal clear. The reason that you all broke up was because Ken was calling your girl. Ken was texting your girl. Ken was saying oral sex with your girl and the hot chocolate emoji. No. Was that the reason that you all fell apart?
No. No. The issues was, and that's what I'm saying. I'm having a hard time to distinguish between the Ken situation because he's currently living there and what has created that rift between my children. Not about the relationship, because it's never like we dealt with a bunch of infidelity and all that. And there was just years and years of not being able to communicate effectively, to where I felt unheard and I felt like a ghost in my own house. I felt almost dead inside. I used to sit and watch the ceiling fan turn and cry, and I'm in my 30s, in my mid-20s, like wondering, like, is this how my life's supposed to end? And I felt like I was living to die, because I always knew that I really did. And it's not on Trish. Let's be clear. Trish I ain't never met nobody like her. She's very much, she's very strong, very independent. She's loyal. But I don't think
that bitch ain't loyal.
I'm in my 38-year-old mindset and having opportunities to meet other women in my life, knowing the things that I offer bring to the table that we just weren't compatible. And right now, I really just want to be her friend and help her heal, so that way we can continue to, raise our daughter for these last, 7 years of her schooling, and then help myself.
Are you still in love with Trish?
I have so much love for her, but no, not in love in a way where it's physical or attractive. The day that I left, I always wondered when the last time we had sex, and the last time we had sex, it wasn't what it was, and so I knew that was it. And from that day forward, me and Trish have not had any sexual intercourse. I haven't even.
You left in 2020.
When I say, let's be clear, because the word left, I don't know what other word. What other word should I use besides left? Because clearly that word.
When were y'all pulled apart?
I say separated. I separated myself from the marital situation where I moved upstairs in October 2020. When I moved into the house around the corner was in June or July of 2021. When I decided to move to Atlanta after I found out. So the situation before Kindergarten was jolly. I'm coming to the house, cooking her favorite meals. I'm like picking the kids up for school. She's like, hey, can you watch the kids while I go out of town? And I'm telling you, the first time that I found out who she was even dating was because I helped her pay $5,000 to move into a brand new house around the corner. And my daughter said, hey, Daddy, we got a Ring doorbell camera. We've never had one. So I'm looking at the Ring doorbell camera, and who has the key code to the house that I just paid $5,000 for? Because I was traveling. I want to be clear. When I started working, I was traveling to Charleston, South Carolina, Houston. I had a high-level corporate job where I had to fly in and work with these corporations, and I would be back in Huntsville on the weekends. So also being in Atlanta cut down on their flights. But my daughter says, we got a Ring doorbell camera. I'm looking at the Ring doorbell camera, and at 12:15, Trish is coming in. This is the night before I came there. So Thursday night is when Friday they're supposed to move in. Thursday night they moved everything in. The kids are at the old house in the same neighborhood. 12:15, Trish comes in, Ring doorbell camera. 12:37, Ken walks up, boop, 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 got the key code before I do. And that was the first time I ever knew who she was talking to. I asked her, I said, Trish. I showed it to her right away. She said,
ooh, Trish, you dirty girl. Trish, you dirty vixen. I believe every word of what this man say. I believe every word of what this man say, because it is some of y'all damn women to do. This man paid $5,000 for this damn house, allegedly, or the down payment one. And here it is, your sad nigga know the damn code, but for the nigga that gave you the money for the house do. How does that work, Trisha? Ja, I guess, Trisha. He's full of ish. Nah, not to me. Not to me. Not to me. Not to me. I don't believe a word that come out of Trisha's mouth. At least with Ken, he's very detailed in a lot of what he's saying. When it comes to Trisha, you got to pull teeth, gums, and the damn tongue to even get a yes or no out of her. But yet you got this guy, you could tell he wants the truth to be out. So yeah, I disagree. I believe every word of what it is that he said, because he obviously wants the truth to get out. Lord knows we ain't gonna get it out of Trisha.
Mind you, she's out of town with her friends. She's out of town with her friends, allegedly. And she says, oh, we just had a meeting about the gym. I said at 12:37. I got the video on my phone right now, and I'm not gonna be messy, but I have it on my.
I hear you, baby, because she had a meeting with Martell at the gym about the gym. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, and she had a meeting with Martell, and I sat out and I heard about the meeting with Martell, and I literally walked in. I waited for 30 minutes to make sure I was hearing what I heard, and I walked in and I told her, "You're crazy, because why would you put yourself in a situation where Martell is dealing with all of this?" And I swear on I'm not gonna swear. I promise you. The very next day, I went to the courthouse and I ran into Melody filing for divorce.
So they were dating before Melody. They were dealing with each other while Melody and Martell were married. That's what you're saying.
I mean, I don't know what they were doing. I just know that there was conversations, and I know that whatever it was. I wasn't physically there to say whether she had sex with him or not, so I'm not gonna sit here and say she had sex with him. But if she's saying she went to his house, and if Martell is saying she came there a couple times, I don't know about y'all, but if I'm going through some stuff and you going through some stuff and you come to the house, I mean, we probably not making it. Yeah, we're not making it to the jail. So, but I'm not. I wasn't there, so I can't say.
Okay, so Marques, I want to go back to the question: what happened in Florida? Instead, you didn't show up to your daughter's game.
Let's talk about that. Okay. So let's be clear. My daughter is a dancer. She's a phenomenal dancer. I made sure, when she was little, I used to put her on my lap and we would watch watch YouTube, and I would just, dance was my thing. I'm like, I want her to be a dancer. I think this was when this was in 2022. I think this was when they were kind of finally officially was like, okay, we're together. But actually, before that, she said, "Hey, I'm going to Florida. Already has this national competition with Rebel. You want to go half on this house?" I'm like, "Sure, let's go half on the house. Be on some family shit, even some family stuff, even though we're not together. But I want to be, you know, those are the moments that we always had. We've always been on big trips and family trips and all that. So I wanted some sense of normalcy. So she said, "Hey, go half on the house. On half of the house." I said, "Cool. Okay, no problem. I'll give it to you." 3 days before it was time to give her the money, she said, "Hey, don't worry about it. The house is paid for." And I'm like, "Paid for? Like by who?" And she was like, "Well, my friend paid for it. Ken's coming." So I'm like, "So you're telling me this guy's coming, but so now you don't want me to stay in the house, so I had to get separate accommodations." And one thing that really, really hurt me about this situation, which is ironic that he brought it up, is that the year before, the year that me and my family were still, a cohesive unit, we went to Disney World and we did all the parks. And my son said, "Dad, the only thing I want to do is Universal Studios again." And my ex knew it, and everybody knew it. And I tell you, I got there the day after, and they had already took my son to Universal Studios. So when it comes time to my daughter has her event, she gives me these times. But the reason why I missed the event is because she gave me the wrong time. Who gave you the wrong time? Because you gave me the wrong time. And then you got to think, this is a recital. Carlos, recital only lasts 5 minutes. So if you can say I was fast, but I'm going to tell you one thing. I was there, bro. I was there. And bro, even before that, you can say, "Hey, you missed the recital." But what about all the other recitals? What about all the other stuff before that? Like, well, I don't understand where this man or these people can inject themselves in a situation where I was a married father who cut umbilical cords. I have all of their memorabilia. My children are the only thing that matter to me. And yes, I'm emotional, but I'm telling you, I would rather cry on the outside than be crying in a jail cell because I was ready to crash out. And I need people to understand that.
No, listen, and that's the reason. Listen, Marques, one thing I want you to.
Marques, please don't crash out, baby. You did enough crying on the damn show for all of us, child. Okay, please don't crash out, baby. We don't want you to crash out at all.
Understand? I say you don't.
Okay, Trisha, it's not worth it.
But one thing I want you to understand is we know that is what you said earlier, how I call you reality stars and superheroes of the industry because you're living your life, right? And oftentimes you don't have a platform of this magnitude, because it's a very mainstream platform, to like a lot of eyeballs, to express yourself. And it's not every day that, Heavenly and I talk to somebody who technically is not a cast member, but there has been so much conversation about you that Heavenly and I both wanted you to have the opportunity to clear the air and talk about your truth without any judgment, right? Because there's one thing Heavenly and I just said before you got on. Listen, I just met you, Trisha, Ken, so I'm not here to talk about where you lying. I don't know any of those things, and neither does Heavenly, but we wanted to offer you the floor to address it.
And Carlos, that's another thing. You were saying you never met Trisha and Ken, but yet you got them on the show. How does that happen? And how does that work? So you don't go to your potential cast member's house and just be around them for like a day at least, be around them, talk to them, be around their family, the children setting, see how they live, see how they move and groove, see how they operate, see how they communicate with each other. You don't do none of that, Carlos, to try to get to know who it is that you putting up here on, like, because you kept saying that you was just now meeting them, and I ain't even meet them, and all the rest of this. And every time you say that, I be looking like a confused dog. Every time you say that, I be looking like a confused dog when you say that. I be like, well, what you mean? You ain't never been around them or nothing like that. Like, so then why the hell would you choose them to be like? How you know they'll be a good fit for anything? How do you know they'll be good? That's why they up here and they're not good for reality TV. That explains it, because you don't know how to be around your cast beforehand to see if they're good for reality TV or to see if they're good fit for your damn cast. This is why they stick out like a sore thumb. Just like Tiff Taff and Big Lou. They didn't fit in. I see why.
Because you are a big part of the conversation. And listen, you're a Libra, I'm a Libra, we are emotional people, right? And I love seeing you cry because it shows that you have the ability to feel emotion. And what scares me about most men is when they don't cry, because they do other things when they bottle up their emotions, they take it out on other things that they should not be taking it out on. So I think what you're doing is beautiful in terms of, you showing emotion. And in terms of whether or not Trisha gave the wrong time by mistake on purpose, I'm not here to address this.
I never asked to be on TV. I think y'all should be looking into the people who want to be on TV.
Absolutely, and I said this on my last live.
People gonna say whatever they need to say, and they're gonna stick by it.
Okay, well, that goes to Miss Girl, who came up under the comments and said that he wanted to be on TV. He said he did not want to be on TV. Be clear. The girl Trisha lied to him about what the show was. Trisha told him that his daughter was going to be on a dance show and she needed him to sign a release form for him to be seen or her to be seen or whatever the case may be. I mean, she lied to him. Allegedly, going off of what Marques is saying. I mean, I don't know.
I have nothing to lose. I'm here. I'm only here because I told you, like, but at the end of the day, Carlos, I want to create more conversation. I want to say this. Where are all the comments from the men? I question, where can I get can we get men in these comments? Can I get someone who can objectively, from a male's perspective? Dr. Hamlin, I would love to know what your husband's on this scenario. You know, and then Dr. Hamlin, how would he feel if someone was in your inbox or putting dentistry tools and tooth under your IG? And you know,
I think that Damon would have fought you, whoever was doing it. I think he would have fought to death about his woman. He just would, and I know that's the right shit to say on the
thing. It's true, right? I'm gonna crash out. I'm still, and listen. I understand the value of like my life and my children's life, and nobody wins. But I'm telling you, on a day-to-day basis, man, there are those moments where crashing out is like an option.
No, and listen, obviously, reality TV is watched largely by women. So the thing is that a lot of men, Marques, it is what it is. They're not going to go on YouTube. You know, it is. But
we need our own show, Carlos. We need to do a show called Make It. I'm telling you what's needed. I'm telling you the conversation needs to get.
Well, a black man, real black, yeah. And what they go
don't have nobody to talk to.
Well, no, but Marques.
That's actually not a bad idea, Marques. It says you brought that up. He need to make you executive producer. I wouldn't be upset about seeing a reality show full of menses. I wouldn't necessarily be mad about that. The gag is neither would Carlos punk ass. Like he wouldn't be mad at it either. That's actually not a bad idea. And if Carlos take it, you better damn well make sure he make you executive producer because you brought it up. You thought of the idea, and we all heard.
Yes, we'll talk about it later.
First, you're funny. I like you. Are you October leave or September?
October 2nd, 1985. I'm an 80s baby.
I'm October 2nd.
Wow,
y'all. Shout out to you, Carlos. So now you really know how I feel. We gonna
talk about this. I just want to make this one point right quick. There are always three sides to every story, Marques. And my whole thing is I'm learning from this experience right here because I already had in my mind what kind of ninja you were. You know what I'm saying? Based on the conversations that they were having and that $400 for the divorce, I was like,
we got to talk about that. Hamlin, ask about that.
Hold on. Come on.
So my point is this. You are not a cast member, so you get the short end of the stick. They get green screens. They get all this time to explain their side. That's why I thank Carlos for giving you this opportunity to speak.
Man,
because I'm just watching. I don't know shit. I'm just watching what everybody in the world is watching and giving my honest opinion. But you don't have the opportunity to give your whole story. Like I would have never known based on what Ken said. They were not even talking. They were just talking about the gym. He never said about nothing about the oral sex. It was just a whole bunch.
Stop playing. Of course he gonna say that. But hey, Dr. Heavenly,
talk about the $400, Marques, that you want her to pay half of.
Now you know you've been with somebody for a long time. You know good and well it was a joke. Stop, y'all get it as a joke. It was such a joke. You can look at my face. $400. You think I'm gonna let her divorce? And I would say go half because I go half on everything. Trish, you want half? Okay, let's go half on the divorce. And it was a joke.
And you an explanation because again, I'm gonna say what you said he was telling you. And I said, damn, dude, you can't even pay for the divorce.
But let's not let the money situation and this provider situation cloud your judgment of who I am and my character.
No, it was icing on the cake. After not seeing your kids for 5 years. I know.
I'm learning now. Hey,
I'm just watching. I don't see the whole thing. I'm talking about the clips that we saw on TV. Look like you were not there for your kids. You did not show up. And honestly, I was going to ask you a question. Was there some type of other thing that makes you have more of a priority rather than your family? You know what I'm saying? Anything you struggle with to keep you from your family? Because that's how they made it seem. Like you came down there, you did all this, and then you did not show up after coming all the way there, being 7 minutes away. You still missed the recital. That's the way they're making it look.
My children are my number one priority, and they've always been from the day one. But I also know that there are times out here, like, what do y'all expect? Am I supposed to just? So if she tells me 2 weeks before there's a recital and I'm out here trying to figure out how I'm out here making income, or I'm out here have a job, or I'm out here having anything that made me miss an opportunity was definitely an opportunity to make income and provide for them. Or it was a last minute situation where I wasn't given enough heads up because you gotta think dance is expensive, and my daughter goes on 5, 6 dance recitals and all of that flights.
How you know it wasn't a joke? Symmetry. The man worked for corporate America. The man fly and travel out for damn work. So on Mo's show, he got $400 to give. If it was that, I mean, it could have been a damn joke. It could have been a joke. Hell, just let Ken pay for it. Since Ken paid for a house and Ken paid for this and Ken paid for that, let Ken pay for the damn divorce. Yeah.
So all that, but you need to be able to plan. I'm not broke by any means, but I'm also not in the position now where I'm headed to and where I expect myself to be based on the things that I'm doing now. But nothing has ever kept me from being there. I told you, time was getting wrong, and wow. I'm sorry I missed that 5-minute dance recital, but I was there. I was in Florida. I spent time with him. I did everything that I could do with the feelings of knowing that this man is over here sleeping in the house that she just told me to go have for.
Wow. What would you like to see? Okay, at the end of the day, when it comes to this soon-to-be blended family from a legal standpoint, once you guys finalize divorce, Ken has said on our show, me and Heavenly show, that he has all intentions of proposing to her and marrying her. So at some point, you guys would be a legal blended family. Where would you like to see things end up being, Ken?
I don't think Ken gonna be here that long.
Me either. Me either.
But say
he said he's never leaving. That's what he said.
I don't believe that.
I watched the interview, and for 17 years, I went through the same stuff, and I never once left that household. So if you leave for 3 days, and you only been there 2 years, good luck, buddy.
Right.
That's what I said on my revolt. I said, you've been out 2 years, dude. You don't even know this chick. You don't even know her. How could you say that? I've been with my husband 30 years. I can't say what tomorrow may bring. I can't say.
I think Ken is trying to realize what he's up against. I think Ken is also realized he's getting his head big because he's getting these inbox and these DMs and he's feeling like it's work. But I'm telling you, if you can't handle 2 years with Trish and you leave the state for 3 days, good luck.
It's about to get worse. Yeah.
I don't know what it's going to be, but back to your question. Hypothetically, if it were to be everything that it should be, I would ideally love to have a cordial relationship, a non-hostile situation where there's boundaries set and where there's communication, effective communication, and an opportunity to break bread with him and figure out who he is as a person. Because to this day, I still don't even know who he is.
I mean, that's cute, but considering how Trisha and Ken met, I mean, I don't necessarily foresee it being all of that. That's just my opinion. But considering how you're saying that they met, how you found out about them, you're always going to carry a grudge to him. Ken, I'm sorry. This is how I feel. Not Ken, Marques, I'm sorry. This is how I feel. I feel like you're always going to carry a small grudge about that. You know, like that's something that you ain't going to forget. So, I mean, I don't know. It'll take a strong man, but
I know very little about it. And like I said, y'all need to be asking, how did he end up moving in the house with my children? He was in a whole nother relationship for 10 years. She found his location. She pulled up. Trish let her in. The girl said, you got to go. The following week, he was in the house. Nobody told me. I kept seeing the car here. My son's like, well, I don't know. He's been here. Somebody's been here. Then I asked Trish. She says, oh, well, he's been here paying bills. And then next thing you know, he's living there. And I don't know this man. We've already had words. And you're living with my daughter.
Ken left the state for 3 days after they got into an argument, child. He said that on his interview. When Ken did his interview, yeah, Ken said that they got into it. They got into an argument. It has something to do with communication or something. I don't know. And he said normally he'll just go outside and go across the street or something like that and sit in the car, something like that. I don't know. But then he said it just went from that to where he just left for 3 damn days or whatever. Like, I mean, I don't know. That's what he say. I don't know. I won't dare.
Who I don't know nothing about, and nobody's ever telling me. So what do y'all expect me to do as a man? Yes, I'm emotional. Yes, I'm crying. Yes, I'm doing all of this because I only got 2 options, and one of them's not good.
Right.
And I'm getting emotional now because I want people to understand, like, it's not about Trish and Ken. Okay, it's about how things happen. I'm trying not to dwell on the past, but ideally, I would love for this situation to be where we're not talking about this. We're taking trips, and everybody's happy, and I can have my family. I can start a whole new family. I would love to have more children. I would love to have a woman by my side that I can cater and do all the things that I learned that I wasn't doing, and be the man that. Because I'm telling you, whoever catch me right now.
He may be a truck driver, but he confused everybody, including Carlos, King, and Heavenly, apparently because she thought the same thing a lot of us thought. I don't know. Maybe he is a truck driver. Maybe that was what he doing. But he sure didn't explain it good enough for everybody to think that because he confused every damn body. See, y'all do this a lot. Y'all want to take up for a fuck nigga. Cause y'all all want to screw him because he black with a nice chocolate body and all that. Like y'all women kill me. Y'all worse than the 60s and punks. All it takes is for a dude to have a cute smile, a little bit of a body, and some melanin on him, and his word is law, and y'all make all of these excuses. I keep telling y'all worse than the 60s and punks. Y'all way worse than us, child. Way worse than us.
I promise you, it's gonna be a win for all of us involved. Because no, I'm not. But I'm open, and I'm willing, I'm ready, and I got a lot of qualities. And I know what I bring to the table. But I'm not gonna settle. And I don't know if God has been holding me back because of this divorce. Because I've always wondered, like, what is going on? Tristan jumped in a whole relationship, and I'm out here trying to be. I'm not out here being in Atlanta I didn't come to Atlanta to mess with females. I'm also want to be clear. I'm a heterosexual male, so I have no problem being in Atlanta around that culture, right? They think I went to Atlanta to do all this. No, I went to Atlanta because it was an opportunity, and I love black people, and it was close to my family. But yes.
Okay, Ken, thank you for letting me know that you watched my review because I sure enough called you the dirty piece of trade that got your heart broken by your wife and you left and moved to Atlanta and to go do your thing with them. See, y'all watch me. I appreciate you for watching, Ken, but you could have came up under the comments and said that I won't gonna bite you, nigga. I won't gonna fight you either. I took you at your word. If that's what you say, that's what you say. I don't give a damn, nigga. I ain't fucking your hell. Like,
I'm single. And I'm ready now more than ever.
So my last question, and probably my last two, is at any point in that last 5 years, did you and Trisha think about, or were you thinking about getting back together?
It's not 5 years, guys. It's not 5 years. Right now it's current. If you want to talk about marriage, but we talk about separation, it'll be 4 years in October. Okay, 4 years in October. It's not 5 years. And I don't know how much I've been watching. I don't know how much these difference, but the timelines do matter. So it's 4 years. But ask the question again. I'm sorry, I lost track.
I'm saying during that 4 year period when you all were separated and you were upstairs, and during your divorce took a long time, right? So everybody in the world, well, I'm thinking in my mind that at some point y'all had hope that it may work, that y'all might get back together. During that 4 years, was there ever a period of time that you guys thought about, or you could thought about getting back with Trish?
Thank you, Lee. Like I said, y'all women are worse than the sissies and punks when it comes to a dude that y'all think is attractive, and y'all make all of these excuses for. Thank you, Lee.
Those 9 months in that year that I was in the house, everything was trying to figure out how to work towards saving the family. But then when this Ken situation came and it became a toxic, traumatic situation, it shut my mind off from being able to effectively communicate, because I was so consumed with the altercation and how she reacted to it and how she treated me as if I wasn't with her whole entire life, and you just met this man. So like we never really got a chance to talk about it. And when I did bring it up, she'd be like, "Oh yeah, let's get it done." I mean, I'm the one who drafted up the divorce papers to get her to sign it, but Trish, I can't honestly say there was anything holding me back other than that first year and a half where I thought maybe there was a chance. Now outside of that, those last, I think was because of what was going on, that it was like we didn't even really talk about it, and it was more or less like, I guess at some point we'll get it done. But I had conversations with her about it on several occasions, and for her it was just like I said, pulling teeth. All right, we'll work on it. We'll talk about it. It never would get anywhere.
Wow.
Well, look, I want to listen. I'm glad you came on. I hope you feel like you got everything off your chest and you were able to explain yourself, because that's the purpose of you being here. And look, I'm going to say this. You're not going to follow it just yet, but I would love for you not to read comments on people talking about you, because that can take a toll on your mental health, and that can take a toll on your confidence. And I don't want that for you.
Dr. Emily, I ain't gonna lie, you had me over here almost in tears, man. Hey, look, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Had you been correct, and had the storyline be real and true, you would have been absolutely correct in everything you said. But man, when you said that I didn't be asking permission to see my kids, you said Ken was a better man than I.
Oh, did you not? I had your back. So I
didn't say you. We talking about Dr.
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying, because you're a little tough with me. Can I get a thank you for that? I had your back.
But I want to say this because I say this because I respect Dr. Henley and I understand the platform where we are, and I understand that you're looking at it from a lens of someone who's watching this TV show because you don't know me. So I don't take it personally. But I did feel like when you felt like you didn't want to extend me any grace, and I felt like I just felt like it just hurt, because it's like, as a man, like, and then they see me crying, it's like, dang, you over here and you're trying to be like, open and honest and accountable, and then they think that you just really are not shit. Like hey, sorry, brother Tucker. I'm sorry, brother Tucker. Yeah. But I understand it though. And I just hope that, like I said at the beginning of this interview, I hope that what I've been able to tell you, that you would be able to extend that grace to me now.
Absolutely. And you know what? Straight up, I apologize to you. But I can't help what I saw on TV. I don't have and you know what? Trish be looking like she be telling you, like, when you can tell she be confused. And I learned from a long time ago, Paige Parks, when you confused and you know what I mean? The people, they don't be telling the truth. But I can sit here and see that my whole image of you, brother, has been changed. And that's why we did it. At first, I thought it was kind of messy. But then I think, you know what? No, we need to hear from Marques, because it's always 3 sides to every story.
I believe you expressing yourself and telling your side is way more important than anything, because like what Henley said, this is a triangle situation, and we heard from the other two. And I wanted to make sure that you have the opportunity to express yourself, and that's the reason why you are still filming on the show. Thank you.
I was with Melody last night. Shout out to Melody Cherie. Oh, sorry.
I'm just saying it with capacity, because the people that when you say shit, people go wrong with it. In what capacity were you with Melody?
I went to Moses with Melody event.
Okay, thank you. Don't say you was with Melody.
It's okay. All they're gonna say is Carlos' fault, and they're gonna blame edit. So the thing is, I appreciate you for doing this. And listen, my hope for you is, at the end of the day, Marques, this is my hope for you, and this is from one black man speaking to another. I would love if you can look at the things you may have contributed to situations. Okay?
I agree, Bessie.
And take some accountability for what you contributed to some situations, not all the some. And the best people in the world, Marques, who do reality, they look at themselves on TV and say, okay, I could have done that differently, or I could have handled that differently, or I don't know if people felt that way. So now that I know, let me do better. That is my supreme hope for you and for everybody on my shows, is to always look at these situations, Marques, and say, let me look within to see how I can be a better person based on what I've been seeing, right? And I think because you are somebody who's very well in tune with their feelings, I know that you're going to go places because you do have that quality.
Absolutely. I think you're a great guy. But one thing I want to add to this, and Carlos, you tell me if you agree with this. Yes, he needs to look inside, but he also has to speak his piece. Because if you're just looking inside what you did wrong and not saying what the real situation is, which I haven't seen, I never heard any of this. You got to say that shit too, because everybody's going to say, oh, well, it is true what they're saying about you. You know what I'm saying? You also have to capitulate, hey, you know what? I was there and I did this. And the reason I missed this was because y'all gave me the wrong damn time. You got to say that stuff because the people don't know. And they go run with the narrative, you know? So my whole thing is, I think you're a stand-up brother. I appreciate you coming here. It took a lot of courage for you to come here today. And I appreciate you. And I thank you for even telling your story, because I think it helped a whole lot of people.
Man, I just, for one, Carlos, like to have more awareness. I'm thinking more about.
All right. So that's basically the damn interview, child. Lord Jesus. We ain't got to get into all of the extra stuff because my stomach getting upset. Okay. It really is. So, but yeah, y'all, that's what Marques had to say. Y'all get these likes up. It's 411 of y'all in here and 235 likes. Get it together. Like, it's taking a lot for me to be up here. The least y'all could do was like up the laugh. Thank you. Again, like I say, I'm you know, I don't know nothing about Marques. You know what I mean? I'm sure he got some issue with him, just like everybody else do. But what I will say is, I agree with Dr. Heavily. I agree with a lot of what Heavily said. Excuse me. I agree. Ooh, I feel sick to my stomach, child. Anyway, I agree with a lot of what Heavily said. A lot of what she said, I agree with it, especially when she called out Carlos for them badass edits. I agree with that. Now, a little bird, listen, word around the bus stop is that Dr. Heavily did decide after this interview, she decided to take a look within thine self. This was bugging me. It was a piece of string. A piece of black string. I don't know where it came from, but it was hanging on the cord that my charger cord for my lights, child. It was bugging the hell out of me. Anyway, my head hurt, y'all. Hold on. I agree with a lot of what Heavily said, especially when it came down to the bad edits. And word around the bus station, child, is that was what Heavily got upset about. And they're saying that that's the reason why Heavily then decided that she didn't want to review the show no more. No, I got a sinus. I'm dealing with sinus pressure right now, and I'm sorry, y'all. Anyway, they're saying that that's the straw that broke the camel back. I don't know if Dr. Heavily really watches the show like talking about it. I think she may more so watch clips versus watching the whole thing. And I think it was after this interview when she saw how messy it could get. I think that's why she just decided that she wasn't going to do it no more. I don't know, but hopefully we could talk about that ish tomorrow. And I say hopefully because anyway, y'all, I can't get y'all no more right now. I really can't. I can't get y'all no more right now. That's really it. That's all. I ain't got no more to get y'all. Um, Hopefully we'll be here tomorrow morning to hear what Heavily got to say about the interview and why she decides she don't want to do it no more and why she deciding that she wants to rebrand herself. I mean, listen, Heavily, it ain't a bad thing. Like you are a reality TV personality. So what the hell is you doing up here slumming it up with us YouTubers? Like, honestly, that's how I feel about Carlos King. What the hell is you doing slumming it up with us YouTubers? You know what I mean? And you know, so yeah, rebranding it ain't nothing wrong with that, Heavily. It ain't. I might like you better if you rebrand. Who knows? But y'all, that's it. That's all. I can't stretch this out no more. I'm sick as hell. Y'all drop down in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this situation. And like I say, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Um, hopefully we'll be able to gag about it. If not, it'll be some other time. But I love you guys. I love all you guys. Thank you so much for the cash app that I received, boo. It was greatly appreciated. Thank y'all for the likes. I appreciate that too. And yeah, I'll holler at y'all later, y'all. Bye.